Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahweh,
Shai.
double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, peace and salutation to the brothers on the four corners of the earth, doing his work in sincerity and in truth. Now let's get into the word of the Lord, because the new thing that's happening in well, not even a new thing. It's
right.
Things that's been happening. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
It's just like, you take a song, like let's say a Biggie, that song Juicy, but it's actually using the beat of something else, Okay. Now it might be new to some of the people who, just now coming to the truth, but this just a remix of a remix, it's the same
remix.
Just like how you got the Weed Doctor. Every 2 years or so, you get the Weed Doctor come back up. It's okay to smoke it and stuff like that. It happens. Once you've been in this thing enough, you start seeing it. The world turns. And it becomes more predictable. That's how you become seasoned in this thing. It's going to be another argument about is the virgin bird going to come back up again? It's going to be controversial again.
Earth flat. Right.
Earth. It's always basically the same few doctrines that keep popping up over and over. Is High Priest Ariah, is he gonna come back? Is he this and is the tribe of who's the tribe of Dan? It's the same old bullshit.
Same old bullshit that's just give wrapped in the same shitty ass box. That's it. You open up, it's the same shit. So now we just going to dispel the thing about our Lord and Savior Yahushua can't come on the earth. His line can't come through a heathen woman. Man, it's kind of crazy, This thing pops up. But I remember this thing about this dude named the tribe of Judah. I remember where this doctrine kind of popped up from, But we're gonna dispel this, and we're gonna do it. We just gonna make it quick, man. It's easy to cut. Because if that's the case, it's so many so-called heathen foremothers of Yahushua that it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Yahushua came through a vessel that the Lord let the seed come through, so the line of Yahushua could come through a woman of any nation, because we're under the same orders and laws that Yahushua was under, and if the seed of man, the seed of an Israelite, stay a seed of an Israelite, it's just a seed of an Israelite, regardless of what you might want to say it is, because now we're going into Queen of Heaven doctrine, or the worship of the mother doctrine, See, because now I'm looking for them to start saying Mary was a divine virgin.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So let's start with
the Acts.
Yeah. Let's start with Ruth. Let's start with Ruth. Get the breakdown on Ruth real quick.
Start with 1:1.
You know what? Give me that. You're right. Give me that real quick. Give me that Acts real quick.
This is just going on what the brother was saying. There's always some new bullshito topic popping up in Israel. All right, this is just another one having to deal with Ruth being an Israelite, and then which we're not going to do this next one in this video, but the one dealing with America not being Babylon. It's just the new bullshit topics that niggas is bringing up for their own fame and glory.
That's all it is.
All right, so this is Acts chapter 17. I'm going to start at verse 17. Verse 16. Now when Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with the devout persons.
So it was a bunch of Jews that was out there in Athens, and it was like we are now. It's a whole bunch of different churches, different idolatries. Different ideologies, different everything, different faith. You got Muslim Baptists, you got atheists, you got all these other religions that's in the midst of like the same way we're in. Because basically, where we're at, you see all type of symbols everywhere. Like in the downtown Detroit, you got obelisks, you got all Queen of Heaven doctrines, you got the Pantheon with the Prometheus all around it. So this is the same way as we walking. And these were Jews though. Go ahead.
Still in verse 17. And in the market daily with them that met with him, then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him, and some said, "What will this babbler say?" Others some, "He seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods, because he hath preached unto them Yahushua in the resurrection."
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19, and they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, "May we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is."
Right. So these were Jews. These were Jews in other philosophies that were trying to outdo each other, in a sense, or were trying to be the one that had the best thing, that the best conversation, or the best new thing, the best thing that happened. The best. They was trying to just outcompete each other and bring out their doctrine. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20, for thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know therefore that what these things mean. For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else but to either tell or to hear some new thing.
That goes to you. That either goes to you the what they call those black conscience and all and etc. You know, even Israelites. You know, just straight up guys that's in this so-called so-called in the truth. That's sitting there and babbling and calling Paul the babbler when they was actually babbling.
To hear and to tell new things.
Just to hear and to tell new. Read it. Right.
I'll read verse 21 again.
Mm-hmm.
Acts 17:21. For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else but either to tell or to hear some new thing.
Yeah, just to tell or hear some new thing. So they just used to sit around, and you know how your uncle could make up a story real. Hey, I used to. When I used to play basketball, I had to stop because I kept hitting my knee on the rim. You know, something like that. You know what I mean? Just just make up stuff. You know what I mean? Just babbling. And the babbler, the one that you call the babbler, was the one that's bringing out the straightforward doctrine. Now, it's always somebody that's trying to bring a new thing in or fit something and spit a round, a square peg in a round circle in a circle hole. It ain't gonna fit. You trying to force it in, but it still ain't gonna fit. But the Spirit of the Lord is gonna force that shit out. He gonna blow that shit out the water, because it's a reason why this is coming back up. Through the Spirit is somebody that's out here that's believing this doctrine, and there's somebody now. We got these Epicureans, the Stoics, and the Athenians out here. That's what we gonna call these niggas. The Athenians, the brother said, we're going to call them. These are the Athenians and the Epicureans and the Stoics, man. That's bringing up false doctrine, just making up shit as they go to fit people in, and and for their own ego. To think they could, to pass the apostles a great millstone, and we know more than our teachers. That shit. We learn more than our teachers. Evidently you have not, you know. Go ahead. You finished with that?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna get into Ruth real quick, and just give it the poignant points that we was bringing out earlier. You
want me to go with the first point I brought up first, or go with where we had left off at? Start with 1 and 1.
Just start 1 and 1. Then I want to get what you. Right to the end.
This is Ruth. Chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethel, Judah. And let me stop and go to Judges chapter, the last verse of Judges. It says, Judges 21 and 25. In those days there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
Right.
So, because I just got a feeling they're going to be saying, the Moabite not allowed to enter to the congregation, so you're not supposed to have one, because so she had to be an Israelite. No, they did whatever they wanted to do. Now, back over here in Ruth chapter 1, verse 1, we'll start from the top again. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech,
Mm-hmm.
and the name of his wife Naomi,
Mm-hmm.
and the name of his two sons Mahlon and Chilion.
Okay. Now you heard the name Milan and Chilion, right? And Naomi, but they went to Moab. They went into Moab, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. They left their country and went into Moab, where there were Moabites at. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Ephrathites and Bethlehem, Judah, and they came into the country of Moab.
Well, they came into the country of Moab where there were Moabites at. Go ahead.
And continued there.
Mm-hmm. And they stayed there.
And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left.
So now he died. Elimelech, Naomi, her husband died, and then what?
And she was left, and her two sons.
And her two sons. Go ahead.
And they took them wives of the woman of Moab.
Yep, they went into. They was in Moab.
So those two sons, Mahlon and Chilion.
Took two wives of Moab. Go ahead.
The name of the one was Orpah.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the other, Ruth.
Okay, now Ruth. Go ahead. Now we know Ruth as in the lineage of Yahweh, right? Okay.
And they dwelled there about 10 years.
So there for a while, 10 years. Uh-huh.
And Mahlon and Chilion died also.
Okay, now the two men of Orpah and Ruth died, right? So now these men are dead. Their father already died 10 years previous, and the mother was alone. Now she has her daughter-in-law, which was Ruth and Orpah. Go ahead.
And the woman was left of her two sons and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Then she arose with her daughter-in-law that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how Yahweh had visited his people and given them bread.
Okay, so what she was doing? Get ready to go back. She returned. She said, what she said? Say, read that again.
Yep. Verse 6, it says, Then she arose with her daughters-in-law that she might return from the country of Moab,
Mm-hmm.
for she had heard in the country of Moab how that Yahweh had visited his people and given them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her two daughters, and in law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah.
Okay, so she went. So she said she heard Yahweh's blessing over in back to in Israel and Judah. So she was left. She was leaving to go back into the land of Judah, which is in Israel. So she was leaving that area. All right. So and her daughters-in-law came with her. Right. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8, And Naomi said unto her two daughters-in-law, Go, return to her mother's house. Yahweh deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me.
So she said, y'all can go, basically you can go back to your mother's house. And because the same way like you dealt with me, the Most High dealt with you. So she basically go back to your homeland. Because you don't have, go ahead, it's going to explain it. Go ahead.
Verse 9, Yahweh grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept.
Right. Right, because she said she wanted to leave, and basically she said, I hope you find rest in the house of your husband, whoever they may be. You know, because she said basically y'all can leave now because your husband's dead. You're not bound by that. You don't have to stick around with me anymore. Go ahead, bro.
Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept, and they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people.
Yes, they wanted to go with Ruth. They wanted to go with Naomi. Go back to her. Go ahead. Now, after this, get the point where we were looking for originally. Yeah.
Okay, come. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb?
Right. That
they may be your husbands?
Right. So she's saying, while you go with me, I don't have any more children that you don't have to stick around. I don't have any more kids in my womb. And then she's going to keep going and say, will you stick around to wait till they grew up? If I even had some more children? No, go ahead, bro.
Before I jump over there, I want to get
You want to read it? Go ahead, bro. Read your
This
point.
is a little bit down further, which I encourage you all to, read really the whole book,
Yeah.
so you don't, get, hoodwinked by some of these, charlatans,
These Athenians,
That's out here.
Epicureans.
remix doctors.
Right.
It says, this is Ruth 1 and verse 16. And Ruth said, entreat me, matter of fact, yeah, Ruth 1 and 16, and Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee or to return from following after thee.
Mm-hmm. She said, basically don't stop me. She want to go with her. Go ahead.
For whither thou goest, I will go,
Mm-hmm.
and where thou lodgest, I will lodge.
Mm-hmm.
Thy people shall be my people,
Mm-hmm.
and thy God my God.
Right, right. So she said, thy God and my. So they didn't have the same God. She said, thy God, that should be my God. So they were not actually. This was a Moabite that was talking to an Israelite, a real Moabite, not a. Ruth was not a. Ruth is not an Israelite. She's not. Go ahead, bro.
Over here, with the Rachel and Leah point, this is Ruth chapter 4, verse, let me read up just a little bit. I'm going to start with verse 9. And Boaz said unto the elders, so now we fast forward, because Boaz now, because Ruth ends up, getting with Boaz now. So now
Right.
she, basically remarries, because her husband died. Milan, I believe.
Milan.
And Slakia.
Milan, yep.
And Boaz said unto the elders, unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's and all that was Chilion's and Milan's of the hand of Naomi.
Because he was next to kin. He was basically next to kin to her sons that passed away. So everything was basically it was basically his, so whatever that was. So it was of Naomi, but it was her. He was basically only the next to kin that they had. Go ahead, bro.
Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess,
Male next to kin. Go ahead.
the wife of Milan, have I purchased